Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
First question will come from Ezekiel Bergonzi with Somos MMA. Your line is open.
Hello, Derek. How are you?
What's up? I'm good.
My first question is, how do you feel going to this fight? Do you feel like you are being underestimated by the five fight win streak record of Kevin Holland?
It doesn't really matter to me. I haven't really been focused on all that stuff. My focus for this camp has been preparation and worrying about myself. I'm ranked number 7. He ranked number 10. He's trying to take my spot, so it's just business to me.
And how do you prepare for this fight?
The same as always, just worried about bettering myself. I was down at Sanford MMA for 4 weeks training with those guys down there, getting ready for the fight. We had a great camp, and here we are.
You have a 3-win streak, so how do you think that beating Kevin Holland will put you on the rankings?
Just me doing holding my spot. These young, hungry guys, they coming from my spot. They're coming to take where I'm at. So I got to hold my spot. And with an impressive victory, I believe I can leap a lot of guys in the rankings and really can put myself in the thick of things with a title.
Talking about the title, Israel Adesanya fought Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight championship and he lost. So, how do you think that will affect the middleweight division? Do you think that Israel Adesanya defeat was better for the 185 division or not?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. My focus is only at division at 185. So whatever it takes for me to work myself closer to a title, that's what I'm focused on. He went up there, tried to get to 205. He didn't succeed. Now he's back at 85, and that looked like where he's going to stay. So that's where the fights will line up.
My last question is, Kevin Holland said a couple of minutes ago that he sent you a lot of DMs. What do you think about that? Do you think that that is a strategy to get into your head, or do you think that he's just like that and it doesn't matter for you?
He tried to get in my head. Kevin Hall is just a class clown, So I let him do his thing. He's a class clown. He tried to be funny, but it doesn't matter. You can talk, you can not talk, you can be silent, you can be outspoken, but the way I'm coming to knock people out, I'm coming to get finishes. So that's not going to change one way or the other. I'm coming to get wins. So I'm focused on the task at hand, and that's that.
Thank you very much and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
We'll take our next questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cape Side Press. Your line is open.
Hey Derek, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. Derek, so you've got this nice win streak together, and I heard you address this a little bit about how the fans can be up and down depending on a fighter's last performance. When you had that rough patch, 2 and 4, how did you filter out that noise to just focus on working on yourself? Because I know it can't always be easy, especially when you're in a public job like fighting on TV.
Well, a couple of those losses was just kind of not being properly prepared, and also I got a little unlucky with the judges. So, you just got to stay focused on the task at hand, and that's what I tend to do. Um, you're only as good as your last fight, as the fans will see it in MMA, and combat sports. So I always focus on that next fight and really focus on that one and taking care of that one.
With that, you've obviously got so many weapons. You're wrestling, you're very durable, you're very dangerous with your power. So when you change teams and everything, how much is it an X's and O's standpoint in terms of learning just your craft, and how much of it is mental in terms of turning the corner like this?
It's a little bit of everything. It's about just properly executing game planning. More so, it's just being pushed, having the bodies, the people training full time who at the highest level to push you. I think I heard an interview this week. GSP was saying, once you become really famous, make a lot of millions, it's easy to lose your edge, and the only way to get your edge back is to get challenged, and you have to step away from your team and get challenged by guys who are not, trying to baby you or take care of you. There's guys that's coming to get you, that's gonna push you in training and stuff like that, and that's at that level to ultimately bring out the best in you.
Was there a moment where it just kind of clicked? Like, you talked about it, being more patient in there and executing the way you need to. Was there a moment where you realized, like, you know what? It's coming to me now. It's just feeling more natural to do that now.
No, it was just some more looking at myself in the mirror, like, all right, stop being stupid. Stop being out there rushing everything. Take your time, slow it down, articulate. Don't be out here being in a rush. You got X amount of time. You could knock somebody out in the same amount of time by setting it up, opposed to just trying to rush them. So this is just about growing in the sport and really embracing being a martial artist.
In the next few weeks, it's obviously a very big month for the middleweight division. Have you thought about, who and when, you'd want your next fight to be, or are you just pushing that aside for now?
I've seen it'd be kind of like a bad thing to kind of lock in on any one person because things have been changing. Costa was supposed to fight Whitaker, that fell through, and Gaston stepped in. So things are constantly changing. So the best thing to do in this division is kind of focus on the fight at hand, and then after that, see what's up.
Hey, thank you, Derek, and best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Jim Barcelone with the Miami Herald. Your line is open.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sanford MMA, Henry Hooft and everybody there in here in South Florida, just incredible. And I wonder if that correlates. You've won your last 3 fights. And was that before that first of those 3, when you started with Sanford MMA, how much of a connection has it been with your growth with Sanford MMA in your last few fights? I hope I have the timeline right.
Well, yeah, so I started, my win streak is indicative of the time that I've been at Sanford. So the first fight, I was at Sanford, second and third. So we on a 3-fight winning streak ever since I started training down there. So it's just good bodies down there, good coaches down there. Everybody's pushing, and yeah, it's good vibes. So every day, you're in the gym making gains or understanding where you're at and things you need to improve on.
And if I can, how did that connection start for you to get to Sanford and just getting with them and being able to be there? How did that work for you to get there?
Well, I knew a lot of the guys. I've been in this game for a while. I saw Henry Hoof at a lot of events, and he would always, speak to me, say what's up. Even when I was with another team, he would just say hi, say good job, or he's just a really friendly guy, And I've seen how all his guys had clean striking, and it was close to home. So I was like, that's an opportunity I got to jump on. Really want to go down and train with those guys. I went down for a week to try it out, and then I was hooked definitely, and then I came back for camp, and I've been there since.
What has it been like too working with the other fighters and everyone there? Because you mentioned, I know South Florida just overall, not just Sanford, but there's a lot of good fighters and coaching down here. What has it been like for you to be involved in that and just see your game elevate like that and then gaining that confidence?
Yeah, this game is always changing, and the guys that I came in the sport with, a lot of guys are not fighting still, So all these young guys that a lot of people don't know a lot about, who are going to be stars, within a year or two, it's good to have these young guys pushing you every day. It just gets you ready for these big fights.
And were you there when it was Hard Knocks 365 and then made the transfer over to Sanford MMA? So my question on that part is, my question is, what do you think of the new facility?
Yeah, I was there at Hard Knocks 365. It was a sweat place. I used to love cutting weight there or getting ready for fights because my weight was real low. But the new place, Sanford MMA, is phenomenal. It's like state of the art. They got doctors, they got a recovery room, sauna, nice everything. It's just like they have everything that a fighter would need to recover, to get healthy. Like one guy blew his knee out, and they have doctors. He went in, got a surgery through Sanford MMA, and it was done. So they have their own doctors and everything. So it's a state of the art facility, and I believe that that's going to be the new wave of MMA. These big gyms that have everything.
Yeah, one-stop shop. That is so true. And for you, I was looking at my last question is I was looking at your background prior to MMA, and you were a competitive cheerleader as well as an accomplished amateur wrestler. And I'm just your thoughts on competitive cheerleading as a sport.
I wish I was still in it. Man, competitive cheerleading, I'll tell everybody, that was when I was like 17, 18, man. We got to hang out with girls all the time. So we were like little rock stars. It was fun. But I came into wrestling with a really strong core. That's, kind of what it helps with the sport of cheerleading, you know, tossing girls up and doing a lot of flips and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely a fun time in my life.
Well, I know I said last question, just real quick. I'm curious then, we could have saw you on Saturday afternoons on the sidelines of the big football games then, right?
No, we did more of the stuff that was on ESPN, like the competitive, like UCA. I think competitive cheerleading is pretty big in Florida. They have a team called Top Gun. They were popular whenever, about 2002, back then. They were out of Miami, so.
And you're right, because in Orlando, they always would have the national championships for the competitive cheerleading every year over by Disney. Yes. Well, listen, all the best. Thank you so much. Keep doing your thing with Sanford MMA as well.
Thank you.
We'll take our next questions from Ryan McCarthy with Low Kick MMA. Your line is open.
Hey, Derek, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I hear you.
Good, good. How's it going, man? Just a couple questions here. I mean, you're in a pretty chaotic middleweight division here. So, is there a certain name that comes to mind if you were to win on Saturday or anything like that?
No, I'm just focusing. Things are changing so much in this weight class. You know, like this is the best weight class in the UFC, the most exciting, a lot of stars. You know, so yeah, things are changing. So it's better to just focus on the one fight, and then right after that, you can get to the next fight. You know, so like yeah, just focus on this fight first.
For sure, for sure. And how do you see Saturday's fight with Kevin going? Do you expect to finish? Do you expect the full 5 rounds? What are you thinking?
I expect to finish. You know, I'm gonna take my time, set things up. If he want to come early, you know, I got something for that too. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my time and look to get the finish and get the win, however we get it.
For sure. And any specific cheat meal you get after a W on Saturday?
I don't know, some cookies, some insomnia cookies. That'll be great.
Love it, love it. Well, best of luck, man. Appreciate it, and best of luck on Saturday, man.
Thank you.
And we'll take our final questions from Pablo Santamaria with Noti MMA Ecuador. Your line is open.
Hi, Derek. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing I want to ask you is, you're fighting in the small octagon. Do you think that will give you an extra advantage because you are a wrestler?
I don't know. I mean, octagon is octagon. Fighting anywhere, you know. Sorry, I got hiccups. But you have to get in. You have to work your way in. You have to be smart, be patient. Set things up. So big octagon, small octagon. I'm just gonna do my thing regardless. You know, I'm not really. I mean, I know I came in as a wrestler, but I'm looking to just go out and get the job done with the hands or with the wrestling.
For sure. This is your second fight on the pandemic, so do you expect to be more active in this year?
Yeah, for sure. You know, definitely want to stay active, get as many fights as I can, and really keep working my way down towards the title shot.
Okay, and what are your thoughts of Kevin Holland as an opponent?
I think Kellen Hollins is a guy who likes to talk. He's rangy, he's long, he comes to get it. He's aggressive, and he's breakable. You know, so we're gonna get him to that breaking point and get the job done.
For a long time, you are the gatekeeper in this division. You're fighting the young and up-and-comers fighters. So, are you okay with that, fighting and proving that they are just a hype train?
Well, I mean, I don't know. If I'm in this position where I was asking for the number 2 guy for this fight, and the guy didn't want to fight. You know, he kind of didn't. He turned down the fight. So it wasn't really anybody else available. So Kevin Holland was the fight that was offered. So we took it. You know, in this fight game, you got to fight. It's either wait or fight. And it's a thing of being active or not active. So we took the fight just so, you know, we stay active. And it's a fight that we can get up for, we can get excited about. It's a lot of hype on the fight. And that's where we're at. You know, I don't really play into the gatekeeper or anything like that. I don't even know what that really means. But I guess that's a nice way of saying you stay relevant all these years. So.
For sure. This division is very stacked. You can fight a lot of good fighters. There is a lot of fighters with a lot of hype, a lot of fans. So if you get the victory, who would you like to face next?
I don't know. I'll probably figure that out right after I get the win. So yeah, we just focus on this fight, locked in on this fight, and then we'll figure out everything afterwards.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Derek, and good luck on the fight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Derek. You're all set.
Thanks.
This concludes today's UFC Fight Night Brunson versus Holland Virtual Media Day. Video recordings will be sent out later today.